This morning at 9, the Benquenos courtroom was packed with those summoned to be charged for participating in a protest on August 19th. There was heavy police presence at the courtroom, uniformed officers, not special units, while at the police station, members of the Special Patrol Unit stood at readiness. But in the end, the process went without incident, and after about 2 hours, Attorney Michel Chebat emerged from the courtroom to provide an update.
There's a total of 17 persons arraigned on the charges of rioting and unlawful assembly. The prosecution withdrew against two of those persons, so there are only 14 persons who are now facing charges. There are 5 persons who were not served. So the situation is that 14 persons have been charged with rioting and unlawful assembly today.
Those 14 were granted bail in the sum of $300 and 1 surety before they were allowed to leave police custody. Like we said, there was no incident, but that doesn't mean that all is calm and cool. Those charged and those supporting them feel that the legal action almost 3 months after the fact is deliberate malice and persecution by the government and the police, and they're not happy about it.
You would think because of the incident and how they perceive it, you would have thought that charges would have been brought a lot earlier. I must tell you that it is disappointing to see that these people are being victimized. I mean, these are poor people who stood up for their rights and they're now being victimized. And that is a grave injustice being done.
Dicen que hay democracia, pero ¿qué existe? La democracia nunca existe.
I have rights. They say we live in a democracy, but that doesn't exist. What exists is disgrace. Poor people don't have anything. Only votes exist. They give them their votes so they can do whatever they want afterwards. Like the saying says, the one that has money smells like Christ, but the one that is poor does not smell like Christ.
We have to take what is happening here today as a very serious action by the government to persecute these people. This is a very serious action that we should not take lightly. And the government of Belize is using their law in the wrong way to persecute innocent people. Those folks had to be fighting for Officer Segura to be arrested. He is driving around today, someone is dead, someone is paralyzed, and we are here to be persecuting innocent people. You ask me, where is justice today?
This country has one set of laws, one set of constitution, and it should be in the defense of our people, but it would seem to us now that they're working on 2 sets of constitution, one for the rich and one for the poor. These are poor people that should be working. They've lost half day of work, and they will lose some more because they'll be dragged to the courts and dragged to the courts again.
The law allows police up to 6 months to charge for those specific crimes, which are classed as petty misdemeanors. But petty or not, Assistant Commissioner of Police Aaron Guzman says they broke the law, and it is a serious matter.
The law says that if more than 5 persons gather together for a common purpose on riotous behavior, and if you note there was blockage of the highway, and they were burning the tires, there was stoning at the equipment that was brought in, stoning at the fire, the Ministry of Works, and the police, by and large the security forces.
Guzman says there is no malice involved and reiterates that there was always the intention to charge the persons involved in the riot. For that purpose, police photographers were assigned to collect evidence. He says that what was done on that day is called sensible policing and a tremendous exercise of restraint, patience, and tolerance.
You saw that the riot unit were there, and there was a time when they were coming on to engage. And I told them, no, step back, because in this present day and age, you do not fight fire with fire. So it is that, in my opinion, and the other officers that were there, these people were gathered illegally. They were told that as a person or as a community, there are certain rights that you can exercise, but there are certain guidelines that you must go by. And that is the position where the police department is at. So it wouldn't have been sensible to engage those folks out there. There were children out there, 6, 7 years old. If there was an engagement with the police riot unit and the crowd, the children would have suffered, because that's the reality of dealing with riots.
Thankfully, no one was hurt on August 19th, and today's court proceeding was peaceful. Those charged must return to court for start of trial on February 15th. Mike Rodon for